Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran. That'd be in the woods, people. It's where bears live. And don't you know that 7 out of 8 TikTok women, they would agree, they'd rather see a bear in the woods than a man in the woods. It is YouTube's #1 show by a bear. It's great to have all of you here with us here today. They can try and keep bear down. They can try, but bear, you can't keep a good bear down, people, is what bear's trying to say. Spit it out here, bear. We got unceremoniously booted and ejected from the last show. Trying to show a little bit of Thunderball out here. YouTube says, no, you cannot show a 60-odd-year-old film. How dare you? Not even with the sound and all the other stuff. But we are here. We are here. Great to have Derpy here. Haven't seen old Derpy in a while. Great to have you. Amy as well. Melissa. The lovely Melissa with her birthday just the other day. Congratulations. Congratulations. That was kind of funny, says Amy. Except for, what the hell is Bear going to do now for a James Bond watch-along? That is the eternal question. It might be funny. Ha-ha! But seriously, how the hell are we going to do that? Normally, what Bear normally tries to do to get around all of the shenanigans going on is, he'll show images. He'll say, okay, I can't show the movie, let's show the image. It takes forever to get all lined up and everything. Amy, yeah, we'll do the screenshots. It just takes forever for Bear to get all that stuff in order, timed up. If you saw the Goldfinger watch-along, had a couple issues there with some of the timing. I think I might have just forgot to add an extra 0 or something like that to it, and it threw it off. But, yeah, it usually takes a little bit. So, kind of the last crunch here last couple weeks, so I was really hoping. I was like, maybe I could just show it, because I get a whole bunch of thumbs down. Bear, why can't you show the movie? All right, well, show the movie. And Bear gets unceremoniously booted from his own show, so we shall see. Storyboard the movie in AI. Huh. Well, that assumes that Bear knows what he's doing with AI. And the one thing that you don't want to have is woodland creatures trying to program and work AI. I just don't think it would work out, people. I mean, when you say kill all humans, the bears are safe, but, the humans might not be, so I'm not so sure. Not so sure about that, Amy. Not so sure about that. Great to have you here. Oh, by the way, let's see. Bear, I found a jar of cinnamon peaches at Aldi. Not quite pickled maybe, but I think they're nice if you try some. I have only been in Aldi, like, once. And that was by accident. And then they shooed Bear out. So, we have a Winn-Dixie that's going out of business, and I think they've been bought up by Aldi. We'll have to check it out. I don't have it. Bear's pickled peaches aren't right within Klaus' reach here. So next show I'll have to bring that out and show everybody. The infamous, I'm glad, Amy, that you're looking out for pickled peaches and taking up the challenge. Taking up the challenge out there for everything. Alright, let me get very quickly here. We've got a full show, people. Very full show. Let's go ahead and get into, that would be some campaign updates here for you good people. We always start out. Dairy shipment, miasma, $13,704, thanks to all of 204 backers. Bear is still taking credit for that backer that we had the last time, so go check that one out. By the way, a quick update here. He announced it the other night. It sounds like Uncle E with his Cyberfrog. It sounds like the campaign is ending this month. Now, he said that back in October, so, grain of salt here, but if you have not checked out Cyberfrog number 3, Red Planet. Red Extermination. Red Planet was the previous one. You might want to go ahead and think about checking it out here, because it might be closing up, people. Might be closing up, so do go check that out. With all your good stuff out there. Godlike, it's over with. Don't even bother with that. Wraith, go check that out as well. But we do have from the Tucci, Billy Tucci. Quick update here from his Rocketeer, Ukrainian Rocketeer. She was like a sniper or something along those lines. Pavlichenko, they call it, is complete. He joined us live tonight. No, don't do that. Watch Bear. Watch Bear instead. You can go check it out. Very happy to report that all of the editing for his Rocketeer, however you pronounce it, Special Art Edition, is complete and ready for the printer. So, there you go. If it's anything like Bear, what he got with his She book not that long ago, the hardcover, hopefully it's a hardcover, and you can check that out. I really liked it. It's one of Bear's, I gotta say, I think it's one of the best kind of quality, the way that the book was put together, I really liked it, so he's doing pretty good there. Deadly Trio, number 1 as well, if you want to go check it out. The old Kickstarter. Never mind then. Never mind, we're not doing Kickstarter here, but you can go check out some of the other stuff there if you do want to go check out Billy Tucci, but not tonight. Not right now. There's Bear on YouTube, so you stick right here. You get all the great stuff. All the great stuff here from Bear. But anyways, go check out. It doesn't say. I'm not sure if. It looks like the Rocketeer campaign is closed, but he's promoting his She book out there. So go check it out, people. Go check it out. Yes, indeed. All right. Let me get you good people in here as well. Hold on. Thing with the thing here. Thumbs up from Amy. Well, thank you. Sorry, Billy. I chose a bear over a man on YouTube's and in the woods. P-Money is like a TikTok girl out there. Definitely the 7 out of 8 TikTok women. You can include P-Money in that as well. Never knew that P-Money was a TikTok woman. But now we have confirmed. Now we have confirmed that. Alright, let me clear the plate here because we were making mention of this the last time. I didn't get to it, because I wanted to jump into the James Bond Thunderbolt thing, and we see how that went. A great article. I would recommend go checking out the entire thing if you've got the time. Want to have a little bit of weekend reading. Great stuff. I'm trying to set up a compare and contrast a little bit here. Kind of old school Hollywood and new school Hollywood. And how's it going? How they said it was going to go and how is it actually going? But first, very interesting. They call it War Stories from this producer out here. Charles Roven, Oscar winner, kind of in the Warner Brothers lot and also helping out, obviously, you see here with Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan out here, he won an Oscar, so he's got plenty of war stories to tell out here. I'm not going to get into the entire thing. It is a long article. But we will get to the juicy bits here. But let me scroll. Some interesting stuff that he had here. Oh, here we go. So they're talking about Christopher Nolan, Emma Thomas, his wife. They're talking about Oppenheimer, but they bring it back to the Dark Knight trilogy. And he's got some interesting things here. I'm going to share with you good people. So they're asking about Dark Knight. This is Deadline here. But we'll give credit here in just a minute. I don't want to scroll all the way back up. Dark Knight, they're asking about the Dark Knight trilogy. And then later on, Oppenheimer. He says, to that point, Roven is talking here. By that point at Oppenheimer, he'd reached a 20-plus year relationship with them on the Dark Knight movies that they produced. So he produced all 3 of the Dark Knight movies, including Man of Steel, Batman Begins, He was looking at them with Insomnia and also Memento. So those were the kind of smaller movies that Christopher Nolan was known for coming up before he got into Batman Begins. And that really kind of blew up his career and trajectory there. So he's hoping to get into business with them. He'd already had some big success with Warner Brothers and Scooby-Doo. We'll talk about James Gunn here in just a minute, but there you go. Movie came in on budget. Pretty big hit for them, Scooby-Doo was. So he had a very close relationship there at Warner Brothers and Dan Alloy, their agent who also represented the Scooby-Doo director. He'd done City of Angels, Three Kings, the George Clooney movie, and they were on a good run. They say that Dan Alloy called and asked if he was interested on coming aboard being a producer with Emma. I'm not sure exactly whether it was Christopher Nolan or Emma saying that maybe we need a guy who knows how to make studio movies. Yeah, you might want a guy that knows a thing or two about studio movies. And you saw all the stuff that I scrolled past. It was stuff from the 70s and 80s that they had to go through and everything. So here's a guy that knows what he's doing in Hollywood. One of the few. They had done a good job for his other client, but Dan was asking him if he's interested in reading the script, which meant flying to London. 15 minutes later, he gets a call from another producer at Warner Brothers asking them the same question, so he's obviously off to the races here to go read the script. Which means you get to the airport, you meet an individual who's going to hand you the script, you get on the jet, you land in London after you've read the script, and you hand that script back to whoever is taking it from them. Because they're big on secrecy, the Nolans are. He did that, we met, it worked out, and I was offered the job. That's when they started the Dark Knight trilogy. There you go. Seemed to be a pretty self-contained operation, Deadline says. What were you able to do for them? He says, when Chris committed to Batman Begins, he wanted no superpowers for Batman or the bad guys. On that first film, he was able to help Nolans understand studio methodology, I should say. The studio then honored his no superpowers desire on Dark Knight Rises, and it all led to Chris and Emma expanding the DC universe. So that became the DCEU, including superpowers when he worked on Man of Steel and some of the other films that they were going to overlap with. Chris and Emma then asked him if he wanted to also produce as well and spend more time with them. Emma's always with Chris when he's shooting, so they continued their relationship. The movie was successful and really launched the rest of the DC universe. And then we just kept the relationship going, he says. Knew some of the issues that were going on with Warner Brothers, the people running it. He was also having some own issues as well out there, but that was kind of the beginning of, the sort of DCEU. Kind of before Zack Snyder came in and did his whole stink of the whole situation. Was Batman supposed to have superpowers? It doesn't sound like that. It almost sounds like they didn't want, the bad guys to have, any sort of they're trying to make it more kind of a grounded film, especially the first one. The first one, very much more of a crime noir film than really what you would kind of consider a superhero movie. At that time, I don't know, a Blade, the Superman movies, some of the other stuff. I would assume that's what they're talking about, where they would have kind of unnatural abilities, I guess you would say. They wanted it a little bit more grounded. So we're kind of seeing, how that worked out. They go on. They're talking about how Prometheus came about, all this other stuff. I can't believe James Woods is a producer of that. Go figure. They also go into Cillian Murphy, tried out for Batman. Christian Bale was cast when he came on, and this was before Cillian was cast as the Scarecrow. They asked about Heath Ledger playing the Joker in The Dark Knight. He says, "Oh yeah, I love the idea. The studio really wanted us to go with another actor, a bigger name that Chris ultimately did the film with. And I think it might actually be Matt Damon that they're talking about. They don't ever say, but it's possible. Chris, I, and Emma had many conversations and ended up being the one who worked it out ultimately with the studio. us being able to go to the representative of that other actor and say, we've moved on. It's the nice no. You know, you always say a no in Hollywood. You gotta make sure you have a nice no, people. And this is who we're going with, Heath Ledger there. So no clown-themed weapons for the Joker, asked Amy. I don't think so. Heath was selective. I didn't know that Heath Ledger was up for Spider-Man. That's kind of interesting. That was new to bear. Before they went with Tobey Maguire. Probably the better choice, but that would have been interesting if they cast Heath Ledger as Spider-Man. He wanted to work with Chris. Heath Ledger did. He just finished making Brokeback Mountain with Jake Gyllenhaal. The social media buzz wasn't great when we cast him. I was thinking of what they talk about, your boy Zach and the birthday clown people. You know, your Nerdrotics and other people out there. He's got really a beef with Critical Drinker for some reason. I don't know why. You kind of wonder where those people would have been at that time. You know, oh, the Brokeback Mountain fella. Oh, he's going to play the Joker. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, looks woke to us. It became one of the biggest films of all time, so we'll see. It was really sad and ridiculous. Obviously talking that, and they were thinking what it was when he did it, when people saw how amazing he was, that it was just so rewarding. He wanted to learn how to direct, Heath Ledger. He was a skateboarder and would skate to the set, even if he wasn't shooting. He says he went to London to show him a prologue, which was those first 5 minutes where they're breaking into the bank. That came out at Christmas, and I went to the IMAX screening with him. There's just those two there. He had tears of joy in his eyes when it was over. It was really emotional. And then a week later, Heath Ledger was dead. Such a tragedy, they say. And people were saying, the Joker playing the Joker made him nuts. They're saying it's not true. Not true. Brokeback Spider-Man, says people. There you go. There you go. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of make mention of it. It is a long, you'll see it's a long article. Long article here. But I would recommend, if you ever want to kind of look, kind of some behind the scenes, old school Hollywood, kind of how they developed it in the 70s and 80s and 90s and coming into the 2000s. Really interesting. Really interesting. I would recommend it. Go check it out in the description, people. Mike Fleming Jr. over a deadline, people. Over a deadline. Most of Batman's villains don't really have superpowers. Yeah, again, I think they were trying to put their foot down and trying to say, okay, probably a better way to say it is, you know, they wanted to make it a little bit more realistic. I suppose. Even the Man of Steel was a little bit more, a little bit more grounded. Even though it's a guy that's, from an alien planet and, he flies around, all this other stuff. Laser beams from his eyes. A little bit more grounded laser beams from the eyes. So I think that was kind of the coda that they were going with. Zack Snyder took over Justice League and, away it went. Multiverse and all the other crap, and collapsed under the weight of everything. But now, people, we get to look forward to the great second coming of the DCEU with James Gunn. And he, unlike Mr. Roven here, which, if you read the article, it's more of, hey, I'm helping out, I'm collaborating, I'm doing this for people, I'm trying to get these people together, trying to get this director to work with this actor, and, be the middleman as the producer and everything. Very congenial, very, not so much self-deprecating or anything like that, but a very soft-spoken, I would say, soft-spoken individual, even for a Hollywood producer out there. And then you get the complete opposite. Now, this is new. This is the brand new Warner Brothers Discovery out here with the Z-Man. James Gunn. He is now a studio head. And he says, I'm the only studio with me in the saffron out here. From Downington Comics, J.B. Augustine. James Gunn counters acclaimed studio pressure is holding up the Superman trailer. He says himself and the Peter Safran We're the only studio around. There's no other studio pressure but from us. I am the studio, says James Gunn. Well, let's see how that turns out. Superman, quote-unquote, possibly might, maybe, will be in theaters in less than a year. But the trailer has never been seen. Out of that vacuum, a rumor arose that the trailer was being held up by Michael DeLuca or some other executive at Warner Brothers. There wouldn't be. There's Michael DeLuca. Okay, so this is how it goes. The Z-Man, he is the CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery. Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdi are essentially in charge of Warner Brothers. Okay? Below Warner Brothers is the DCEU, which James Gunn is in charge of. So the only other executive would be Pamela Abdi or the Z-Man out there. So that's the only other interference. Or, you never know, it could be the Saffron. You never know, it could be him. But those are the only people that would be holding it up. Now, like all of the rest of the rumors floating around the DCU, James Gunn is setting things straight. There we go. Superman's dead. Again. That's still the best looking Superman, says Amy. There we go. How did they never manage to even match the first movie? Again, this is compare and contrast, Amy. Compare and contrast. Look, there's plenty of egos in Hollywood, especially even the 70s and the 80s. There were plenty of big egos. Again, go read the previous article. Filled with it out there. But they were trying to make a great movie. That was the first part. Hey, let's make a great movie and worry about all the other stuff after the fact. Let's make a great movie. Let's make sure we market it well, and the money will print itself. And away we go. Instead, Superman 2, it had some issues there where they were shooting it back to back. And I think 3 kind of started going off the rails. Again, it was at the time where they were doing sequels, and sequels were new at the time. So probably a little bit to figure out in there as well. So I don't know. Christopher, I thought Henry Cavill did a great job. He just needed a better script. I thought Henry Cavill was the closest to Christopher Reeve that we've come as a good Superman, I think. Ralph, I thought, did okay. It is a decent script. The Bryan Singer movie. What was it called? Was it Superman Returns? Is that the name of it? It was okay. It was alright. But anyways, moving on. Where are we? The DC studio CEO addressed concerns. Where else but Threads, people? Saying there is no studio except him and co-president, that would be the Saffron, at DC cutting footage together, and they are engaged in, quote, a rigorous process. The former has demanded since making the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. Let's take a look. Let's see what the great James Gunn has to say. Where is it? Come on. Where did I put it? Here we go. He says, sort of. He's responding on a thread to claims of Dan Marcus. He says, sort of. He says, a studio, that's solely me. It's not solely you. It's also you and the Saffron. As the only studio involved in cutting or anything having to do with the trailer is DC Studios, i.e. me and Peter. Oh, well, you forgot that originally. I'm the creative and demand. Oh, well, I tell you. So self-deprecating out here, that James Gunn. This is exactly the same rigorous process I've gone through, cutting every Guardians trailer, pushing the marketing folks as hard as I could, cutting and recutting, until I think we have something worthy of the film itself. Oh, man, he is so self-important. All that said, my notes are a lot more specific. Then make it better, he says. On Threads. At James Gunn on Threads, people. And they've got a scoop out here from Grace Randolph. They're saying that it is going to be premiering next week, possibly. A scooper Grace Randolph thinks she knows, though her intel and accuracy have been hit or miss over the years. She says, trailer event is now the week of the 16th, people. Trailer will drop sometime after that. It's also predicted Gunn will be there with the new Man of Steel. David Cornsweet. Answer questions and participate in exclusive interviews. This would circumvent CCXP and further set DC Studios apart from the rest of the Warner Brothers operation. I think that last sentence says it all. We've been here from the beginning here with our good folks at Pounding Into Comics. I'm still saying they're spinning off DC Studios. That's why they need to set themselves apart from the rest of Warner Brothers Discovery. Because they're spinning them off. Spinning off here. As the only amazing me doing anything worthwhile in the whole planet, says Amy. Very political answer. It's solely me, except with other people. I mean, come on. I'm James Gunn, and I know the best people. Well, continuing with that. We've got our very first look at what James Gunn's been up to all these years. Like, hey, you could come out with Superman, you could come out with Batman, maybe a Wonder Woman film. See the new Wonder Woman? Who you got, James? Who you got better than Gal Gadot, huh? Huh? That's what I'm saying. Oh, gosh, they were talking about them in this one right here. He was talking about that. Gosh, where was that? I forget. He was highly praising of Gal Gadot. Instead of all of that, people, we get something called Creature Commandos. And I bet you if you poll a bunch of people out there, your everyday workaholic folks out there, you'd say, hey, have you ever heard of Creature Commandos? And they'd be like, nope. Well, how about Batman? Oh, hell yeah, I've heard of Batman. Superman. Yeah, I've heard of Superman. How about Wonder Woman? Yeah, sure, she's hot. All right. Well, she's not hot anymore, people. Not at all. James Gunn's Creature Commandos is putting a modern audience spin on comic book canon, and it's turning the Sons of Themyscira, Themyscira. I don't know, people. Bear does not speak Greek. Her enough speaking English. From the tribe of exiled Amazon men into an anti-woke militia, James Gunn started off with a bang by alienating half of the potential audience in the very first thing that he very first puts out. Oh boy. Oh joy. Let's see. Mike Miller mentioned Creature Commandos on one of the DNQs. Well, maybe he can fix this, because it is a whole mess of crap that's going on at the new DCEU. So again, compare and contrast. Compare the old school Hollywood stuff. Charles Roven out there kind of going back and forth between people, trying to make sure that, hey, let's just make sure that the movie that we make, everybody's going to enjoy it. James Gunn says, no, screw that. Let's go to an anti-woke militia. In starting off, the new, by the way, Spencer McCulley, about to get comics. In starting off the new cinematic universe on an embarrassing and admittedly worrying foot, and wrong foot, the opening moments of DCU's first entry in Creature Commandos sees James Gunn take the concept from the original comic books, and as he is wont to do, turning it into a subversive joke. That's the only thing that he has to play. Literally. That's the only card that he has. If you're playing poker with James Gunn, it's going to be subversive jokes. That's it. That's all he's got, people. Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, the smugness. You gotta put yourself in the credits, looking very smugly at the script that you just wrote. Or maybe the Threads comment that you just made. I think he spends more time on Threads than anything else. Let's see. Don't get me started on Wonder Woman. Let's start. P-Money on Wonder Woman. How in the world is there a movie where Rachel Ziegler is the fairest of them all compared to Gal Gadot? Yeah, I know, man. I know. Yeah, I don't think you were here the last time, P-Money. We were talking about a movie called Y2K that just came out. I think it came out last week, if Bear remembers correctly. It starred as Rachel Ziegler, which I'm sure you've heard all about, because it made all of $2 million. $2 million. Sure, it cost way more than that. Kind of like a horror movie, I suppose. Electronics Go Wild in Y2K. Okay. Interesting concept, but Rachel Ziegler trying to open a movie? Nope, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. So we'll see. There's James Gunn trying to figure out another Threads to write. Gosh dang it. I got plenty to do, but I need to answer this random viewer on Threads. Here we go. From portraying Vigilante as a bumbling, autistic, crime-fighting enthusiast, rather than a dedicated justice crusader in Peacemaker, to turning Adam Warlock from an all-powerful cosmic entity into little more than a childlike Superman analog in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, to having Peacemaker carry himself a douchey, broy Captain America instead of a mentally insane and murderous anti-hero in the Suicide Squad and subsequent his own series. When it comes to its comic book adaptations, goofy character subversion is one, and I would say only, favorite writing technique of James Gunn. There he is. Working hard. Yeah. In this time around, the DC Studios head's subversive eyes landed on a fictional group of Amazon men known as the Sons of T, because I'm not going to pronounce it. Mainly because I can't, because it's in Greek. So I'm not Kimberly Guilfoyle. I am not. Oops. I'm sorry, people. I need to do that. There we go. We've actually got a couple of pages here for that. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. Introduced by writer Brian Azzalo and artist Cliff Chiang in the 7th issue of their run on Wonder Woman Volume 4. The first of the Amazing Amazon's New 52 area. The Sons of T. I like that, the Sons of T. Sons of Mr. T. Is the name given to many male children born to the Amazonians following their regular, as they call them, forced mating raids on unsuspecting sailors from the world of man. They have a great night, and then off to the sea with all of you people, with all of you. I'm not gonna go through all of this because it's pretty kind of odd and weird and, well, let's just say not very male-friendly at all. What's the, you got your misogynist. What would be the male version of that? Dude-sogynist. I don't know, something along those lines. So there is that. Let's see. Unfortunately, neither the actual Sons of T nor the general concept of their existence would be long for this world, as a little over 20 issues later, and writer Meredith Finch and artist David Finch's Wonder Woman Volume 4, number 39, the entire group, save one warrior, would be slaughtered at the hands of their mothers and sisters, including Wonder Woman herself. There you go. An Amazon nationalist, Donna Troy. Deanna Troy is in Star Trek. Wait a minute. Pardon me, people. Pardon Bear here for just 1 second. Hold on. Time out. I'm blowing up. blowing a whistle. Blowing a whistle. Hold on just 1 second, people. Hang on here. Hold on just 1 second. I've got a question. I have a question. Okay, we see the image up here on screen, right? Hold on, let me find out. I want to make sure. Volume Wonder Woman Volume 4, number 39, War Torn, Chapter number 5, 2015. 2015. So this one is 10 years ago. 10 years ago. Dude Sogginus. Thank you, P-Money. Dude Sogginus. Let me, hold on, people. I have questions. I just saw this. Let's see. Hold on just 1 second, people. I'm telling you, people, beer is on it tonight. It might not seem like it. But oh, holy cow, people. Breaking news. I don't know. I don't know for certain. Don't know for certain out here, people. But okay, we got this image up there. Now, look, it's like literally the same. This is from Godlike. This is the John Malin book Godlike. It's like literally, gosh, other than the one chick, she's a little bit more in the 4 of the frame, and she's got 2 swords instead of 1. Stabbing a guy through the neck. It's literally the same. Gosh dang it, John Malin. I knew there was something up with that Godlike book. I did not know he was literally lifting. Hold on, let's do this. All right, let's do this. Is beer crazy? Listen, people. Let's put a poll up here in the chat. Let's see. Is beer crazy? Is beer crazy or not? Hold on. Where is my poll? Let's see. Start a poll. Is beer crazy? All right. There we go, people. Here we go. Is beer crazy? Yes or no? Or is John Malin legitimately lifting from Wonder Woman? People. Is beer crazy? Oh, I always answer yes. Thank you, P-Money. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. I gotta put in my no, just in case. Beer's gotta vote no. Gotta vote no here for himself. How do I vote? I don't know. Whatever. Beer's saying he's not. Listen, Beer has been in the mental institution. But it was for work, people. It was for work. I got the stamp on Bear's claw. It says not insane. Literally not insane. I unfortunately, it got washed off after a couple weeks, but I had the stamp. Not crazy. Not crazy. Anyways. Anywho, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get distracted. But, gosh dang it if that doesn't look awfully close. Gosh dang it, that looks awfully close. This is how quick beer is. I'm telling you, people. It is spot on. Spot on, people. Alright, anyways, where the hell are we? What the hell's going on here? We're talking about James Gunn. That was until December 5th, people. At which time the group received the twin honors of being the very first established DC creation, to both be mentioned by name and receive exposition in the new DCEU, courtesy of the premiere episode of Creature Commandos, The Collywobbles. The Collywobbles, people. Hope we know. Alright, let me get back to it here. Here we go. Good job, Bear. I heard for bears to get research positions like that at universities. Oh, wait, Wonder Woman and her people are all evil now. Well, if you're a guy, or a baby male out there, and you get shellacked in their situation there, then probably. All right, how do I, hold on 1 second here, people. Let me do this thing with the thing. Interact. There we go. Get rid of Alright, but where the hell are we? Or rather, these honors of belonging to a group with the same name as the one who shows up on screen bears very little resemblance to the one described above. I didn't describe it too much because, baby murder is kind of bad. Opening on the shot of Bella Reeve, the episode cuts to find Amanda Waller and Rick Flag Sr. watching a report as narrated by CNN Link lad anchor, I'm assuming lead anchor, Jake Tapper. Really? Regarding ongoing... they even got his constipated face, look. But no synergy. It's GB News. Whatever GB News. You would figure that they'd be able to say CNN. I'm Jake Tapper, and I'm constipated. This is CNN. The battalion, calling themselves the Son of T, violently crossed the border into the fictional DC nations of Pokulistan. Recounts Tapper's unnamed anchor character. It's Tapper. It looks just like him. Even with the constipated look. The Sons are said to be working at the behest of a rogue Amazonian and reputed sorceress, Cersei. Cersei claims to be the rightful heir to the throne of the perhaps mythical, perhaps real, all-female island nation of Thermosaya. Whatever. The T Island. Inside sources claim. They even got the inside sources claim part. Oh my god. Man. Talk about synergy. Cersei has promised the Sons that once the downfall of Polikistan is achieved, she will lead them to conquer the T Island. There you go. Yeah, baby murder should absolutely get you thrown out of the JLA and into jail. Yeah. But, this is the twist. This is the twist here, Amy. The feed cuts to an interview with one of the group's members who proceeds to tell the network's on-ground reporter, seriously, Thermosaya is the sickest place ever, and then you tell me, oh dude, only women can live there? They're so sexist, bro, he scoffs, before continuing his rant. Word is they have the most incredible waterfalls. Yeah. Oh, I gotta love the No Soy Boy 86. There you go. I wonder if that's a reference to your boy Zach. Huh. We're getting right into their heads, people. Right into their heads. Observation is then interjected by another son of T, who angrily asserts, I have this question for all the woke feminists out there. Why do only girls get such cool waterfalls? All over the world, our rights of men are being disintegrated. Disintegrated? Yeah, disintegrated. Yeah, there you go. That'll show him James Gunn. Critical, a skeptic, facts over feelings. Is that like a Ben Shapiro? We are really getting into the mind of James Gunn here. Rent-free of GBS News. I would go with the BS News. BS News with old constipated face. Ultimately, this, along with a brief, straightforward status update exchanged between the two members, is all the audience has thus far heard from the Sons of T across the series. Thus far, released 2 episodes. However, given the group's apparent victory, the end of the second episode, the Torlamite necklace, there's a good chance they'll get another on-screen chance to spout off. Yay! Great job, James Gunn. Just terrific job. I mean, not only are you 5 years late with your biting social commentary, but we've already turned the corner, and here you are trying to put out stuff that's already woke to begin with, that people are shying away from, and now you're trying to ask Apple or Amazon or one of these to buy. Hey, come buy because of this great lineup that we have of Creature Commandos and old constipated face. That is a face of somebody that has really, really, really bad constipation, people. Very bad. That's why you look so concerned. Yes, indeed, people. Yes, indeed. All right, let's check the poll. Let's check the poll here. Is Bear crazy? 33% of you says yes. A whopping 67% says no. Let's go ahead and end it right here before we have any more people saying yes. So there we go. Bear is officially not crazy. Not crazy at all. Amy says, I mean, it's a magic island. I guess that it's part of the magic. Only Amazonians can live there, and once they leave, it's kind of hard to find again. Kind of like Shangri-La, but with Amazons. Yeah. Yeah, kind of like, when you park your car in like a big parking lot. You go inside for your Christmas shopping or whatever, and you come back out, and you're like, gosh dang it, where did I leave the car? It's in the itchy lot somewhere. I have no idea. What the heck's going on? Where is my car? I kind of like the same thing. You leave the island of tea. You're like, wait a minute. Wait, where was that island? I forget. We murdered all those babies, but I'm not sure where I left the car keys, and I'm not sure where that island is at. Not sure. Just like that, says Amy. Just absolutely just like that. Yes. Yes, indeed. All right, I don't know. I don't know where I should go with this next story here. I think we had enough of child diddlers out here in the alleged child diddlers out here with James Gunn. Gosh, a lot of people are not even going there, not even talking about the whole Diddy situation out there. So I don't know. I don't know. People, do we go there or do we go to our fun story to end on for the day? I'm not so sure. I've got it. I've got it here. Well, let me bring it up. Let's see a yes or no, people. Let's see a yes or no out here. So you heard, hopefully, I think most of you have heard about the whole Diddy situation. He's in jail right now for a lot of bad stuff, dude. Some bad stuff. Really bad stuff. And they're catching more and more people in the dragnet. Including one Jay-Z, people. One Jay-Z out here. Hollywood Reporter is so concerned, they're wondering what's going to happen with the Super Bowl halftime. Instead of, hey, there's some serious, credible allegations here against, where is it here? Here we go. Here is against all of these people, including, down there at the very bottom, Sean Carter, a.k.a. Jay-Z. They're going after him, people. They are definitely going after him. So his friends are evil too, says Amy. All right, well, we'll go ahead. We'll get into it. Wanted to try and figure out a good angle on this, because you never really want to just say, hey, everybody, really terrible things. It's not like that. But, you come to the show not to know what's going on, but to know what's going to go on, and come January 20th, maybe the 21st. There's going to be a lot of things coming to light, including the whole Diddy situation, Bear assumes. And also, 50 Cent out there agrees. One would see. I mean, maybe don't hire evil people. Well, if you look at the docket here, let me see. Oops. Let me go back. There we go. Organizational does number 1 through 10, and individual does number 1 through 10, along with Jay-Z and Bad Boy Entertainment and Sean Diddy Combs. So at least 20 other people, Amy, at least, are being sued by Jane Doe. Jane Doe. I really shouldn't compare James Gunn and Jay-Z out here, but allegedly. Is any rapper from the 90s still a decent person these days? Do you know some of the history behind Jay-Z? Do you know some of the history? How he became to be a billionaire? Jay-Z is a billionaire. Jay-Z, he didn't get it all from Beyonce. Didn't get all from Beyonce. From the Hollywood Reporter, very concerned Kevin Dolick is that the Super Bowl halftime might be canceled. How Jay-Z, in the headlines they say, gee, what headlines are those? It could impact Rock Nation's NFL deal. Now, if you were here with us a couple weeks ago, Rock Nation, Damon Dash out there, kind of a co-owner here with, Sean Carter, Jay-Z. He's a deadbeat. He's a complete deadbeat. And the state of New York is actually a 30% owner of Rock Nation now, because Damon Dash forgot to pay his taxes and child support for about 2 decades. So yeah, Rock Nation might have some issues. And even 50 Cent is dunking on all of this. Anyways, it goes on. So they ask, man, I don't know. How could Jay-Z, the business, and Sean Carter, the man, be impacted vis-a-vis Super Bowl LIX, scheduled for February 9th in New Orleans, people? With Kendrick Lamar helming the halftime. Oh my God, why? In response to the civil suit posted to Rock Nation's X, formerly Twitter account, may be the very words that make the affiliation questionable in a court of public opinion, even with a statement written from the point of view of a father with an unapologetic conviction, in the voice of the Hov, received praise for its construction. Really? No, it didn't. No. Okay. Let's see. How shall we, maybe watch hockey instead, says Amy. Well, there we go. There you go. That's a great idea. That is definitely a great idea. Although they don't show hockey on Super Bowl day, unfortunately, for some reason. For those of you that don't know, Diddy and Jay-Z, they was tight, yo. They was tight. They went to all the parties. And old Diddy was having some freak parties. He was having some freak parties, all sorts of weird stuff going on. And hey, if you're a consenting adult, well, the allegation is they weren't consenting. They were drugged, allegedly. But you're a consenting adult, okay, fine. The draw the line there, that would be for the Utes out there. So there has been a, shall we say, credible allegation that old Jay-Z and Diddy, both of them together, were involved, a little hanky-panky, with a very much underage individual. So, Hollywood Reporter is running interference out there, saying that he is a father with an unapologetic conviction. And he's received praise for his construction of how he denies these allegations. Tony Busby, who's representing the female Jane Doe that you just saw right here. There you go, there is the allegation. This is actually trying to deny the plaintiff's request. So this is Jay-Z's lawyers saying, no you don't. There you go. So they're claiming out there that he is being blackmailed. He is being blackmailed, people. What he had calculated, that would be the lawyer Tony Busby. What was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny? Would make me want to settle, he says. No, sir, it had the opposite effect! Exclamation point! It made me want to expose you for the fraud that you are, in a, exclamation, very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? Yes, I would. Those allegations would deserve real justice, if that were the case. Now, if Bear was said to be accused of some nasty stuff, you'd say, hey, Bear, what's your response? You'd say, hey, listen, all the people that know me, all the actions that I've taken over the years, wouldn't the allegations against old Bear here hold no grounds, and I look forward to my day in court where I can prove myself beyond a reasonable doubt of my innocence in all these charges. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. No, Jay-Z went nuts, and he's trying to say, hey, file that criminal complaint. Well, except this happened in the year 2000, which means the statute of limitations has ran out. That's why they're going with a civil rather than a criminal complaint, which he would know, but he's not altogether up there. Why Carter posted the unsigned note to the Rock Nation X account and not his own X account is unclear. Yet the fact that the rap mogul's response was delivered through Rock Nation is why the Super Bowl contract may come into play. In other circumstance, wouldn't Apple, the NFL, and Fox try to distance themselves from a business partner accused of an unforgivable sexual assault, people? Yep, throw them in jail with the Amazonian, says Amy. There you go. There you go. P-Mike says, my late uncle used to bet money only on the coin toss so he wouldn't be stressed during the whole game. That's a great way to do it. That's a great way to do it. Which, by the way, NFL, a pro tip out there. Go back to do what you originally were doing with the Super Bowl. And since you're in New Orleans, a great city for music, have your high school or college band or both come to the Super Bowl and play, a nice little ditty during the halftime show. Have a bunch of no-name people thrust into the spotlight. Hey, they might go on to create some great things. Why are we bringing in a bunch of has-been rappers? I don't know. This was great. In response to the filing, Carter, through his attorney, Alex Shapiro, who represented Alec Baldwin in the Rust case. That's where he loaded the gun and shot the cinematographer and said, whoopsie, it's not my fault. I shot someone with a loaded gun on set. It's somebody else's fault. That's who's defending. The Jay-Z out here has demanded the accuser reveal her identity so she can be harassed. Is customary for a civil case brought in federal court. Criminal complaints cannot be filed in New York due to the statute of limitations for age and the date of the alleged incident, unless you're Donald Trump in New York, and then hey, YOLO. YOLO. Carter is already suing Busby following a suit. Yada, yada, yada. It goes on, people. It goes on. But they are wondering. They are so wondering out there at The Hollywood Reporter. How is this going to affect the Super Bowl? How is it going to affect? I mean, forget about the underage young lady who may have allegedly had some very bad situations. I don't know. Which, by the way, the allegations came out. And your boy Jay-Z went to what else but a movie premiere with his young, I believe 13-year-old daughter. And says, hey, look at me. I'm totally innocent. Totally innocent. On Wednesday afternoon, the AP reported that according to two sources with knowledge, the NFL's relationship with the hip-hop mogul will not be impacted by the rape allegation. The ongoing legal process, there's no change to the relationship with Rock Nation, owned 30% by the state of New York. And that includes the Super Bowl, one anonymous source says. Always with the anonymous source. Jay-Z, if you don't know, dropped out of high school for a great business opportunity. That would be selling rock cocaine. Members of his community for years. He always looked up to the drug dealers, he says. Always looked up to the drug dealers in his neighborhood, in the hood. is I'm gonna sell crack. Sell crack. And literally right near a school, by the way. Right near a school. He also stabbed a man convicted of manslaughter. Only got 3 months for it. Stabbed the man, nearly killed him. Got away with that. He was also allegedly involved with a shooting with old Diddy back in the 2000s. He gave a gun, allegedly, to J-Lo. J-Lo out there. Make sure she hid it from the police when they came, because they were going to search everybody else, but not J-Lo. He was also hitting on his now wife, Beyonce, when she was of the age of 16. When he was actually around the age of 30, because, 30-year-olds just normally hang out with 16-year-olds all the time. Guy's a scumbag of the highest order, people. A giant scumbag. And, listen, hey, even if these allegations are not true, as we know, it's the seriousness of the charge that we have to take into account. Because happens all the time to the other side. So, hey, fair play is fair play. And maybe treat them to their own rules out there, people. Maybe we should do that. You mean some of these 90 rappers were involved in drugs? Very much so. Next shocking thing you'll tell me is politicians lie. Well, that too. Pardon me. That too. That too. All right, let me cleanse the palate. Cleanse the palate out here. We've got a lovely story to end on for you great people. That would be Bill Belichick becoming a football coach. Really? Okay. From one NFL news story to another. Congratulations, Bill Belichick. Kind of seems like a step down, but all right. Here we go. No, people, I am talking from the New York Post here and Ben Coast. Michelangelo painting a secret figure. Michelangelo painted a secret figure in the Sistine Chapel masterpiece. An art expert claims they are firmly convinced. Firmly. Did they find her using a magnifying glass? Hey! A bear knows how to speak Italian. It's not with words. It's with your hands or claws. Yeah, hey! Oh, you gotta have it out there. Now, pardon me here. All right, let's get to it, people. Let's get to it. There it is. There's the beautiful Sistine Chapel. Researchers have claimed that Christ's disciple Mary Magdalene may have been hiding in plain sight Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel masterpiece for nearly 500 years. The sneaky figure's identity was floated by Italian art restorer Sarah Picco, who is publishing the biblical bombshell in her book, Mary Magdalene, in Michelangelo's Judgment this week. I am firmly convinced that this is Mary Magdalene, she wrote, who specializes in Renaissance and Baroque art. If it ain't Baroque, don't fix it. Announced at an art conference on Rome, the Telegraph reported. And you can see it right there, circled in red. Circle in red. You see all the other figures there. We'll zoom in. Zoom in here. There we go. Here we go. Could it be? She was referring to a figure in the right-hand corner of the Last Judgment. Legendary description of the second coming of Christ and God's final judgment, painted on the Sistine Chapel. Located at the modern-day Vatican between 1537 and 1531. Wait, what? Between 1531 and 37, I think. They got it backwards. I don't know. She is a blonde woman seen kissing a cross toted by a nude man who's believed to be Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, people. While well camouflaged among the other 300 figures in the magnum opus, the legendary pennant was flagged by Pinnacle because of the intimacy with the cross, the yellow dress, and the blonde hair, and her prominent placement in the painting. The cross bearer is looking in the direction of Mary Magdalene. It's as if he is estranged from the composition, looking towards the woman peacefully, holding the wood and the cross. Let's go back, take a look. You can kind of sort of see that there. The Renaissance master had a vast knowledge of biblical canon and wouldn't have left such an integral figure out of a divine scene, they argue. Who thought the altar fresco screamed that something was missing. Michelangelo was an experienced painter. Yeah, he was. He was very cultured. He was someone who knew the dynamics of the church very well. He knew the Gospels and could not have forgotten all about her. Could not, people. Let's take another look. There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful. There we are. If she did indeed fill this missing puzzle piece, she may close the book on a mystery that's eluded researchers for centuries. Her historical theory has also been backed by another professor. Wrote in the foreword to the book that the iconic. Let me take a drink. Iconography, whatever, and theology are linked in Pesco's reasoning to form a vision. The woman kissing the cross had an important role, even as she appears hidden on the edge of the image. Magdalene is known as one of Christ's most prominent disciples, present for both his crucifixion and resurrection, and the one who spread the, quote, good news of the latter per the gospel. Incorrectly portrayed as a prostitute throughout history, the disciple is seen as the poster child for repentant sinners. This isn't the only Easter egg hidden within Michelangelo's masterwork. New research suggests that Michelangelo had etched a woman battling breast cancer into one of the Sistine Chapel's fresco. Wow, they were celebrating Breast Cancer Month way back when. Holy moly. Holy macaroni. So anyways, there you are. Some beautiful, probably the best artwork. I'll go ahead and close out the old show here for you good people. Want to make a nice round ending to the old show. You know, not show some great stuff and then all of a sudden be cut out by old YouTube. Oh, that's copyrighted, Barry. You can't show it. Oh, for crying out loud. People. All right. Anyways, people. Let me get through it here. Yes, all the blonde woman in the Middle Eastern desert. Well, she probably came from a little bit outside the Middle East, possibly. I wonder what makes her suspect this particular figure. I think we got that. She was kind of, number one, kissing the cross. The figure that they think is Jesus Christ was looking at her. He just wouldn't, paint a random woman there for. So probably has a lot to back that up. Whoa, says Melissa. Whoa. Holy cow. By the way, is there going to be a D&Q tonight? I did not see anything about it. Pardon me, people. Dry in here. Oh, so dry. And next time I visit, Will can say to my wife. Next time I visit there, can I say to my wife? I think P-Money is trying to say. I will. P-Money, god dang it, man. Next time I visit there, I can say to my wife, I will enter the chapel and look up at prostitutes. I'm guessing. I think. Maybe. Possibly. Oh, they're drawing Punisher. Punisher tonight. Okay. All right. Oh, God. Did they screw something up with the Punisher now? I don't know, man. Maybe they should turn it into the Creature Commandos and make a better one. Fix that. Fix that Creature Commandos, Mike. Fix it. Fix it fast. Fix it fast. Fat fingers, P-Money says. Fat fingers. Oh, sure. Sure. We totally believe you, sir. Totally believe you. All right, well, let me thank everybody, including, holy cow, Derpy. Hope you're still here and hanging out. Great to have you here. Amy, Melissa, P-Money, all of our Russian bots and lurkers. We all appreciate each and every one of you. Try to do this every Wednesday and Saturday nights. We'll be doing it on Saturday. What do we have planned? Hell, I don't know. We'll figure something out, people. We'll figure it out together. Yes, indeed. So I want to say thank you to all of you. Hope you're having a great Christmas season so far. But you know what? Uh-oh. They canceled Punisher a while ago. But he's in this new game. He looks awesome. Well, cool. Well, he doesn't have to fix it then. They can just make him more awesome. Make him more awesome then. Pretty cool. All right. Well, thank you. Hope to see you all there. But you know what? All this talk, for some reason about the Sistine Chapel, has made Bear hungry. So he's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, people. Grrr!